Namaste everyone.
यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकम् असत्कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोध यत्याश्रिता यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरा वृत्तिर्भवम्बो निधौ तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये. This is from the famous Dakshinamurthy Stotram of Adi Shankaracharya. He by whose light the whole unreal universe is unreal world appears as real. And by the immediate knowledge, thou art that, is explained by him. And by that knowledge, you never return to the cycle of birth and death again. To that Guru Dakshinamurthy, I bow down.
During Bhagavan's time and even now, a lot of people say that Bhagavan is Dakshinamurthy. And Bhagavan, symbolically, if you see Arunachala, it is on the south side of Arunachala, Ramana Ashram. And Dakshinamurthy gave his teachings in silence, because the silence in us, which is the source primordial before any thought arises, is that Dakshinamurthy, is that Shiva. So many times when Bhagavan was in the body, people were just sitting whole night just in silence. No question asked. People say self-inquiry is his teaching. I would say silence is his teaching. Self-inquiry is for a mind which wants to do some technique, some practice. But his foremost teaching was only silence. We all should recognize the silence within us, as us. And then it is the end of all practices. There's nothing else to do. Let's say you can say that I have recognized silence, but then thoughts comes. Let them come. Attachment comes or desire comes. Let them come. But you identify yourself only with pure silence. Pure means when it is not mixed with mind. It is so simple. Truth is always simple. Bondage is complex. In a satsang, we can say, I am silence, and I am silent right now. Hardly any thought, maybe one or two, not bothering me. What happens when I go out of satsang? When I meet people, when I do things, when I interact. Then the other mantra appears, which is very important next to silence, is watch this I. This I is fake. When I do, that means doership is there. That is the problem, that I am doing. Then I am interacting. Then watch this I. Just observing this I from that silence makes this I disappear. Then witnessing continues all the time. Actions happening or not happening. There is no doership in it. So when the actions are not happening, there is no thought that I have to do this, I have to do this. If in that intuitive awareness something has to be done, it will be done by the body. Who is this person, this voice always commenting? You just watch this I and this I disappears. Thoughts will still arise. You can't stop thought. But your association is no more there. Relationship with thoughts is only by ahankar, ego. When we watch it, continuously and very vigilant about it, it does not stay. Only light stays. Light of all lights. Mind needs support. It needs support of something, some agenda, something to do. It cannot stay on its own because it has no separate existence. While all of us have a separate eternal existence, we don't need support of mind to be alive. Awareness is just awareness. If the word in front of us is there or not, awareness stays the same. The moment this truth goes deep into our heart, then ignorance is gone forever. More than practice, it is about understanding. And all practice is to develop that understanding within us, nothing else. From that higher consciousness, moving down is a default network. Everyone moves down into the ego mode and acts in conditioning. But from this ego mode to move to that higher consciousness, it is an effort. And so we talk about grace, kripa, surrender. So that higher power also pulls us. And we also put effort to be there. Our efforts are usually about negation. Not this, not this. De-identify ourselves with all those things which we are not. Bhagavan's typical dialogue to most of the devotees was when they came with suffering, that question, who is suffering? Ask yourself, who is suffering? Discussions never went more than that. Anyone asking Bhagavan, I am suffering, and then a story comes. Before the story is being told, he will say, ask who is suffering. All suffering is a dream of this body. We are not the body. Even if we say we are the body right now because I am eating, I am walking, I am interacting with this world, even then you start watching this I am this, I am that, I am this. It will take you to the source. I have a question to people who are very, very strongly attached to the body, that how much control they have to the body. You have so many systems in body: digestive, respiratory system, brain, neurology. How these all systems are interacting, food is being processed, things are moving. It's all covered by a sheath of skin. So much is happening inside the body. Are you controlling it? If you are not controlling, then who is controlling it? Do you know how long you will live? How you will die? When you will die? You decided when you will be born. Everything is happening by some power. We all know that our birth was not in our control. Our death is not in our control. I'm talking from the body's perspective. Then how come the middle part between birth and death can be in our control? And little baby has no control. Parents take care of. And sometimes it happens in very old age when people are demented. Someone is controlling, someone is taking care. Sometimes some people have some sort of disease by which they are intellectually severely disabled, the body is disabled, and someone is taking care. Whatever happens to the body, nothing happens to us. Every night in deep sleep, we lose awareness of the body. But some awareness stays, which never goes. We are only that. We are the same awareness, same self, which was there in deep sleep. Knowing that we are nothing is wisdom. And nobody can insult nothing. Nobody can argue with nothing. Nothing can never get affected by anything. Nothing is always in bliss. And this nothing can only be known by that nothing only. Stay in that. By wisdom, when we know this nothing, same time another thing happens, which is love. And that love connects with everything. Animate, inanimate, all people, all beings, everything. So it appears that moment we become nothing, we also become everything. We become everything only by love, pure love, unconditional love. It seems as if ego was blocking all this energy. This pure energy is released when there is no I left. This pure infinite self has no limits. Ego is limited to a body. But it's like our finger which can obstruct moon or sun, and you remove and you can see sun. It is so small in comparison to infinite self, not restricted to any body, just everywhere. But it's not a thing. There is no place where it is not. Nothing can be without it. And to know it, give up what we are not. Bless everything, bless everyone. Even the people who hate you. Because these people forms, they are all coming from your own mind. This body inclusive. But you are none of them. Knowing self is end of suffering, end of delusion, ignorance, end of birth and death. Be convinced that this is last birth in a body. When we start witnessing thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, we become very sensitive to everything because now we are paying attention to all these things. In animalistic tendencies, we hurt others, we get hurt, we keep going like ignorant fools, keep damaging relationships. But the moment you start witnessing, all your emotions, everything comes out. Now you are aware of everything. Sometimes this awareness can also becomes challenging because we don't want to see what is inside. We want to avoid looking into it. So we want to take an activity or take some stuff by which we can forget it. I was talking to a group of people yesterday and trying to find the way how to avoid suffering. None of them were seekers, but they all had some ideas like go to movies, have couple of drinks, meet friends, go for a walk. All these techniques are bringing your mind something else. But it is not fixing the mind. Yes, at that moment, you can avoid that agitation or anxiety or low mood by changing the environment. Permanent solution lies in knowing the truth. Face the truth. Knowing that I am pure awareness, always uninvolved. Body is, yes, it is involved, it is interacting. It might be making mistakes also. Using a conditioned mind. But I am only a witness to all this happening. This deep conviction about uninvolved state of pure awareness brings mukti, liberation. Internally, you keep quiet to everything happening, accepting everything is nothing, staying in non-reactive state. Non-reactive doesn't mean that you don't respond, but no internal emotions against or for anything. Impartial neutral state. Don't trust mind, trust yourself. First thing is only awareness, only awareness. This awareness in ego mode, conscious of this, conscious of that, with consciousness comes conditioned mind which we are carrying. It start analyzing the objects and things and people. Some we like, some we dislike, some are neutral. Some beings become friends, some become enemies, some are neutral. Some situations are good, some situations are bad. Because there are so many aspects of mind and things around, we get completely trapped. There is one key by which we can be free instantaneously. By dropping everything, just be. By embracing silence, no conflict. Internally, you move out from all the conflicts of life. Then you realize that it was only me who was involved. No one to blame. There are so many things happening in everyone's life. Unfinished tasks, issues in relationships, bodily afflictions, even it could be mental health issues. Abiding in awareness doesn't mean that all this will go away. A magic will happen. But yes, one magic will happen. All your problems will vanish because they are not your problems. Problems of the body as destined. You walk away free, unattached. This is the choice everyone has. Your salvation is in your own hand. Nobody needs a middleman. Abide in your pure silence. Give energy of this pure silence to all the actions of the body. Let the energy of silence dissipate in the environment and everywhere, to everyone. How much thoughts or mind has covered your silence? You can still tap into it. It is untouched by all this happening in mind. in this pursuit of happiness, on this path of self-inquiry or non-duality in Advaita, what is the end result? Some people think there's a lot of joy, and they think bliss means a lot of happiness. We don't even know what is happiness. Is jumping with joy, you can call it happiness, but I call happiness as more as contentment. Bhagavan used to say santosham. If you see in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, one of them is santosh, contentment. If you are fully contented, you will not go for any venture, anything. You are useless to the society in a way. Nobody can exploit you or motivate in their own way. There is a word passion. You should be passionate about things. This intense desire is passion, nothing else. This is the language of a sansari. Be passionate. Without passion also you can do miracles. You can do good work. That silence is the source. Abiding in silence, it gives beautiful energy. But then you are not in a rush to finish a task because you are not interested in fruits. You are just acting. Body is acting. Things are happening. Things happen and the goal is reached or not, none of our business. And when this goes out from our mind, that none of our business, everything works in harmony. We can't take action out of our life. As long as the body is there, there will be some action happening. But we can take away doership. And giving up doership is source of contentment. Attaining this pure silence means We have stopped listening to the mind. It brings new ideas, new things, takes you into these different journeys of life. Silence actually speaks to this mind and tells, I am happy and contented with whatever is happening. I have total acceptance to everything. When silence says this to mind, mind also attains that pure silence. Mind cannot survive our total acceptance. Stay long enough in the silence so you don't have to practice to be there. You abide in it all the time. May this silence takes over everything, purifies mind, purifies everything. Silence is the most sacred thing in all of us. The divinity in our heart. The silence, which is God, tells us that I was always there to take over your life, to take all your responsibilities. But you wanted to carry on your shoulder, and you continued your life with your sufferings, with your likings, dislikings. So I didn't interrupt. Now you have asked me. Now you came to me. And I take all the burden and you surrender to me. The moment you surrender, you merge in that energy. You become one. And now you think, why I didn't do this before? Why this teaching never came to me? This is so easy, so direct. After surrender, what is left? Nothing. Emptiness. You feel so light, as if all the weight was only of ego. All the weight is in I thought only. I thought gone, no connection left with body. No connection left with mind. Have you seen your dreams? In dreams, we are lighter, we are flying, we move from one place to another at ease because there is no gross body in it. But when even this mind is not there, we become subtler than the subtlest. And that is what awareness is. That is what we all are. Nothing in this world can define us. Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramana